Baruch Asherah, Anat Malach Ha'olam, Asher Kiddishanu Mitzvotav V'tzivanu L'Hitatif, L'Tzitzit. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, good morning. Shema Yisrael Asher Eloheinu Yahweh Echad. Ve'ahavta את ענת אלוהיך ובכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ולכתך בדרך ובשכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. Good morning, Yuki. How are you? Kentucky girl, this is morning prayers. Morning prayers. We say the same words every day because that's what the words say. I don't know, but I feel like you're kind of feeling down today. Maybe it's just me. I am not as high energy today as I might be. Constantly struggling with the clock. Wondering if I'm spending my time the most effectively. Wishing I could spend time in ways that I cannot. This prayer practice is an interesting one, right? I have a commitment to you all to come on here every morning and say these words. And I love it. I absolutely love it. But sometimes I wonder if I'm being understood, or how much I'm just sort of speaking into a void. And of course, it's not a void. It's it's a group of people. But some of you appreciate me and some of you don't. Right? Some of you think I need help. Some of you think I'm a man. And that's fine. Like, I don't think I could be here. Like, I know for a fact I couldn't be here if it weren't for those who are hostile, who are also here, right? You all have helped this stream become what it is, whether that was your intent or not. But it does make me wonder what it is we're doing. resonates with you before it does. Well, thank you, Chad Star. Thank you very much. V'chaya. Ki v'chaya Elohecha el ha'aretz asher nisbai levatecha le'avram le'yitzchak u'Yaakov לתת עברים גדולות וטובות אשר לא בנית, ובתים מלאים כל טובה אשר לא מילאת, ובורות עצבים אשר לא הסת, וכהרים בזיתים אשר לא נתת, והלכת ושבת. הישמר לך פן תשכח את יהוה אשר תשכח, מארץ מצרים מבית עבדים. House of Bondage. It's a kind of frightening prayer. When Yahweh Eloheinu brings you into the land that he swore to your fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, to assign to you, and you find yourself living in cities that you did not build, filled with houses that you did not fill, and drinking from cisterns that you did not hew, and eating from vineyards and olive groves that you did not plant, and you eat your fill, take heed that you do not forget Yahweh, that old sky Father, who freed you from the land of Egypt, the house of bondage. I'm not speaking in Yiddish. I'm speaking in ancient Hebrew. These are quotes from the book of Deuteronomy. No one in my immediate family spoke Yiddish. My parents, my mother was born in Hungary, and my grandparents lived there, so they spoke Hungarian. My grandfather was studying Yiddish, but that comes from a part of Europe that my family is not part from. Thank you for the roses. I'm glad you're here, Sam. Alright. Did my friend come to visit? Yeah, Jules is here right now. At some point, they'll hop on to the live stream, I'm sure. And they'll probably be posting mushroom content soon, because that's what we do. We make videos about mushrooms. What is the topic of prayer for today? That's a good question. I came upon a wedding that old families had contrived, with Bethlehem the bridegroom and Babylon the bride. Oh, great Babylon was trembling, and she stood there naked with me, and Bethlehem inflamed us both like the shy one at some orgy. And when we fell together, all our flesh was like a veil, that we had to draw aside to see the serpent eat its tail. Oh, some women wait for Jesus, and some we wait for King. So I'll hang upon this altar, and I'll hoist my axe again, and I'll take the one who finds me back to where it all began, back when Jesus was the honeymoon, and Cain was just a man, and we'll read from pleasant Bibles that are bound in blood and skin, that Asherah is gathering all her children back again. That ancient mother goddess Asherah. What are we to do with her? What are we to do with her? She exists as memories. No one has seriously worshipped her for thousands of years. But here we are. Here we are, still remembering her name. Love her? Yeah, I suppose. We can do that. Sometimes she's scary. Sometimes she eats her children. But yeah, we can love her. Baruch atah Yahweh, Eloheinu melech haolam, shelo ashani isha. I repeat the name of Yahweh Eloheinu, who did not make me a woman. I had to do that. I think I did a reasonable job. Baruch atah Asherah, Anat Malecha Ha'olam, Asher Yitzar et Ha'adam B'chachama U'v'ra V'or. I repeat the name of Asherah Anat, who made me with many openings and cavities. Yes, I am a boy or a girl, And no, I am not a Christian. Sending love from Israel. Thanks for being here, Batty. Kajananam Buddhaganati Sevitam Kapita Jambupala Bakshitam Umasutam Sakavinasakarnam Mahamatim Divyamayoravahanam Ridasyasinam Sarasainanatam Guham Sadanam Saranam Prapadye Yaku Hendutu Saraharadavala Yasupravasvarita Yavina Varanda Mandita Karaya Sveta Padmasana Ya Brahmachita Sankara Pratra Pide Vasada Pujita Samampatu Saraswati Bhagavati Nihe Sajadya Paha Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Sachidananda Murtaye Nisparanchaya Santaya Shishivanandaya Te Namaha Shivishnudevanandaya Te Namaha Om Sarva Mangla Manglaye Shive Savarta Sadike Saranye Triambake Gauri Narayani Namostite Narayani Namostite Om Shabbat Shalom. Yes, I'll be cooking Shabbat dinner tonight, starting at 4 o'clock. I'll move into the kitchen, make my typical Shabbat meal. Snake bread in the shape of an Ouroboros, chicken, chickpeas, rice, millet. It'll be a good meal. Am I pro-Israel? No, I wouldn't say that. I don't want to pray to my maker, no. I just want to be feeling free. Not just who I am, but the pink and gold land and that wide, wild sky over me. Help me to the sun, hey, I'm looking everywhere. See, I'm looking to become not the prayer, but the prayer. And I don't want to pray, no. I don't want to pray, no, no, no. I don't want to pray, we don't want to pray. Pray, and it's not much good to talk, better to walk it. Ooh, not much good to take, better to give. We are done, forgiven, and forgotten of our sins. And I promise you, my friends, all that dies will live again. So, pardon God and Mom, what I'm saying isn't fair. See, I'm looking to become not the prayer, but the prayer. And I don't want to pray, no. I don't want to pray, no, no, no. I don't want to pray, we don't want to pray. Pray. Love Allah, Allah made love, and Yahweh, Yahweh made hate. Asher, Asher, made good, and Anat made bad. Elohim made love, and Yahweh, Yahweh made hate. I love Allah. God made, God made, God made. But I don't want to pray to my Maker. I just want to be what I see. Not like in a book, or the leaves of trees that shook from a word that means only not a thing. No, 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 no. Pardon God and Mom, what I'm saying isn't fair. See, I'm looking to become not the prayer, but the prayer. And I don't want to pray. No. I don't want to pray. No, no, no. I don't want to pray. We don't want to pray. Pray. I love Allah. Allah made love. And Yahweh, Yahweh made hate. Asher, Asher, made good. And Anat made bad. Elohim made love, and Yahweh, Yahweh made hate. I love Allah. God made, God made, God made me. Except that's just a story. It's a good story. It's just a story. None of those gods exist. And my existence is contingent on you all. Who I am is reflected back. And we are making each other right now. Good morning, Wildflower. Good morning, Ashley. Good morning, Sam. Am I up for world peace? Well, you're gonna give it to me like a cookie. I'm not sure that is a possible concept. I think we could have a demilitarized world. We could have a world without war. But I don't know if there would be peace everywhere. Good morning. How are you doing this morning? How's your son? Someone is always going to be mad. Yes. See, Queen Mab has been with you. Hi, do I believe in God? Parentheses. Christianity. No hate. Isn't that interesting? That in our language, when you use the word God, you have to specify that you mean the Christian God. God doesn't have a name, right? God is just this generic 3 letters. So you have to specify, oh no, I mean Christian God. Do I believe in the Christian God? Sure. And no, I like God is God. Yeah. God is God. It doesn't matter what you call them. And yet for some reason the vast majority of people call them a him. I think that's interesting. I think that's very interesting. God made, God made, God made, God made. Did God make anything? Maybe we made God. It's hard to say. God is. Is God? I'm a mycologist. I teach mycology at a local university. I have a couple more prayers for you today. The first one is called Arati. Arati means flame in Sanskrit. Why does God need someone to believe in them? Why can't they just believe in themselves? Clearly because they didn't have enough motivational posters in their 3rd grade classroom telling them to believe in themselves. Do I believe in the Muslim God? I believe that Allah and the Christian God, who we can only refer to as God, are the same God. That's what I believe. I've got evidence to support me. But that may not matter. You were taught that God is a he because my family have always been the authoritarians. What's my name? My name is Teresa. You can also call me Teresius. Luckily, you have your own beliefs now. Yes is God. What is my religion? I grew up Jewish, but I'm not exactly sure I'm Jewish. My sexual orientation is sexual. I like sex. Jesus loves me. Well, they're the same. Yes. Allah. It's a very old word. It's a very old word. Good morning, Hannah. So we can say Arati now. Arati means flame. And as we say Arati, we're going to be saying the names of many gods. Many, many gods. Right, look. You can see them listed here. Look at all those words. All those words, and they all mean the same thing. What makes you think is different about a Christian God? That's a great question. It's a great question. Everything is nothing, and nothing is everything. God is God, and energy is energy. I think it's all personal beliefs, but to each their own. Yeah, when we get down to the bottom of it, we just get stuck in tautologies, right? We get stuck in definitions that define themselves. Good morning, baby love. You're not high enough for this talk. Yeah, neither am I. What do you think Allah means? What does Allah mean? I have always just assumed that it's just a name. That it's etymologically related to El, right? The old Canaanite god El. You're loving my shirt today. Thanks. Yeah. I like this. This is the first piece of feminine clothing I ever owned. I got this when I was like 21. I was still an egg. And I just really liked it. And it fits me better now that I have boobs, but it's pretty great. Isn't to each their own a tautology too? Yes. It's all tautological, right? Because existence is tautological, right? Like a serpent that eats its tail, right? We exist because we exist. God is God because God is God. It's the Arabic word for the God. The God. Mm-hmm. But God is God. Chat's been very good today. You like my mind? I like your mind. It's not milk, it's water. How did God feel about me being trans? Because they believe I shouldn't be gay. I don't think that God has any beliefs about my transness. I don't think that God has any beliefs at all. I think belief requires a mind. And I am not so sure that anything that we could call God would have a mind, because minds are separate from the rest of the world, right? Minds are in here, and anything that we called God would have to be broad enough and encompassing enough to encompass the whole world, all of existence. So no, I don't think that God has any beliefs on my transness. I think other people have beliefs about my transness. And you can ask them what they believe about my transness. There are different gods, though. Some real and some not. It depends on what you believe. And how do you differentiate a real god from a false god? That's a good question. Do I believe in an afterlife? Well, no. But what I believe is that there's a tree. This tree. This tree. There's a tree. There's a tree which contains all life, and that tree has existed for as long as life has existed, and will continue to exist for as long as life does exist, and you are a branch on that tree, and so am I. More like a twig, or a leaf. Just a single cell, really. But, your existence as an individuated human, your existence as a being that perceives itself as separate from everything else, is temporary. And your existence as an undifferentiable thread in this tree, an undifferentiable strain, a line stretching from the beginning to the end, that existence will last as long as life does. So, no, I don't believe in an afterlife in the sense that if I'm a good girl, I'm not going to go to heaven where I can kiss Jesus. That's not how it works. But my life will persist after me, for sure, right? Every recording that I've ever made of myself will exist after I'm gone, and hopefully those recordings will continue to live in the minds of others. That's what I think about the afterlife. It's actually really refreshing hearing my thoughts about us and religious beliefs. Well, thank you. We may not have the beliefs, but I hope you have a good day. I'm gonna try. Yeah, I'm a moderator on Z's server. Yeah, Z's a good friend of mine. How long have you been hanging out there? Do you think it's just an experience here on Earth? Do I think what's just an experience here on Earth? Life? I'm sure life is in other places. Yeah, I drew the tree with a Sharpie. This is where you come... Baby love, you actually learn something new here every day, even though, like, you must have heard me say all of these things 100 times at this point. Like, actually 100 times. I think you've been on 100 streams. Am I sitting on a pillow? Yeah, I'm sitting on a pillow. You keep overswiping and leaving the live. Oh, alright. There's so many good comments now. It's a very interesting take because it can be non-religious. Religion is a social phenomenon. It has nothing to do with metaphysics or the afterlife or anything like that. Religion has to do with how you relate to other people in your life. I used to have a beard. I shave it off every morning. Sometimes it comes back. about half a year. A year and a half. Oh, quite a lurker, though. That community changed my life. Right? Like, I started feminizing my voice 2 years ago? February? I don't know. Some time ago. And I entered that space and I found something that I was totally unprepared for and not expecting. And the people there are just so amazing. That was the first Discord community that I'd ever been a part of and really seen what was possible on Discord. And just the minds on that server are very enamored with them. There are people on that server that I just care for so much. Yeah, so I'm glad you're here. Let's see, comments. I still seem to teach you, even though I say the same things every morning. Sometimes you have to hear things more than once to retain them. How is my Friday going? I don't know how my Friday's going. I came onto this stream being like, I'm just gonna breeze through prayers. Been here for 26 minutes. So we're at the end, but I like talking with you all. I like talking with you all very much. I always feel time anxiety, like constantly feel time anxiety. Like, am I doing enough? Am I working hard enough? Am I using my time the most effectively? What's the point of live streaming? There's just gonna be a bunch of trolls telling me I have a beard. But here I am anyway. There's always something new I say in between the prayers, though. I'm glad you think so, Robert. I worry sometimes that I'm gonna bore you all. What happens when you die? I guess we can go back there. Can I give you more than a soundbite? Death is just a part of life, right? Like, death. To think of death as the cessation of life, I mean, it certainly is, right? Like, death and life are opposites, but that also means that they are intertwined, right? You cannot have one without the other. So when death happens, life happens. And when life happens, death happens. And were you to remove one, you'd remove the other, and then you'd just have matter. You'd have solar systems, inert, and consciousnessless. So when we die, we continue being what we've already always been, which is this tree. This tree. So this is a scientific diagram, right? Like, if I bring it up close, you can see it's labeled archaea and bacteria and whatnot, right? So here we've got different branches of the tree of life. It's the same reason why I say these prayers every morning, right? Like, I say the Via Hafta every morning, because the prayer says repeat me, because when I say those words, for those minutes that I'm saying those words, I am becoming a part of a lineage, part of a living thing that is bigger than me, that is beyond me, right? Someone has been saying those words constantly for the last 2,000 years. And when I say them, I become part of that string of humanity, right? I become part of that lineage, that organism, right? That collective organism that's bigger than me. And so when I die, my personality will go away, my body will disintegrate into nothing. But the life that is mine will still be persisting, right? Just in a different form. My flame is giving you anxiety. Right? My flame does give people anxiety. That's why it's here, right? I have to remind you. Energy is dangerous. Energy is dangerous. Sometimes you get burned. And yet we pray to the flame anyway. You always leave learning something new. Well, I appreciate that. People can be jerks, yeah. Can I sing a song for USB? For us? Yeah, we should get back to praying. We should say Arati, but now there's like 100 comments and I want to read them all. Because y'all are you're just really kind to me. As is the community who made you who you are today. Yes, I couldn't be this person. I couldn't be Tiresias. Couldn't be Teresa were it not for all of you. You went dumpstering Saturday? What'd you find? Hello. What attracted me to Hinduism? My mother. My mother brought me to a Hindu monastery when I was so young. I think she went there when she was pregnant. Like, I was there before I could speak, right? And the patterns of that place entered me before I knew what was happening. And that's the way it is with most of us, I think. You're distracting me. Do I think I would be trans had I never had social media? That is a very interesting question. I don't know if I would be trans if I lived in a different culture. My dysphoria was never very acute, and it was never focused on my body. I think it's entirely possible that there are other versions of me that could have existed that would not have transitioned. And that's funny to think about. I don't really know what to make of that. Am I scared of death, Wildflower? No, I don't think I am. I think I look forward to it. I mean, on some level, like, I'm not scared of dying. I'm scared of not living. I'm scared of having lived my entire life and not having lived it well, not having contributed to something bigger. But I often look forward to dying, the release of not having to be myself anymore. I'd like to not have to be myself anymore. That would be nice. Death is not the end, it's just the end of experience. Yes. Hey Phaedra, how are you? I'm never gonna get to the bottom of these comments. No way am I praying to science. I mean, I do pray to this phylogenetic tree. Like, I do. Grieve and doing positive, loving things for yourself. That's a good way to try to move on. Yeah. Alright. Each morning is a different perspective. You love listening to you during morning yoga. Friday blessings. I'm glad. I really appreciate reading these. Love that lineage organism description. Alright, maybe we can get to the bottom. Will I ever get to the bottom? You know that without social media you would have married lovelessly and unhappily. Are you married, Yuki? Yeah, I'm not scared of dying, but of not living. Okay, maybe we should pray. I got to the bottom. Good morning, Kimmy. Good morning. Good morning. So, RT means flame, which is why we have a flame here. You're scared of the how death might occur, and you came very close to dying in a way that I'm sure you would prefer not to. Did that give you a sense of how you would like your death to occur, Katie? You're not a mod on this account. Well, why don't I make you one? Tricks for frogs. I'll make you a mod. Admin settings, moderators. Tricks, T-R-I. Add. Okay, you're now a mod. You've been together with your high school sweetheart for 19 years. Wow, that's incredible. It did, it really did. You want to be able to make your own choices and say your goodbyes. Yeah, it's important. I'm sorry you lost your job. Okay, so we can say some prayers. The word arati means flame in Sanskrit. If anyone asks what language it's in, you can tell them it's Sanskrit. Jaya Jaya Arati Avina Vinayaka Vina Vinayaka Shri Ganesha Jaya Jayaratiya Subramanya Subramanya Kartikeya Jaya Jayaratiya Venugopala Venugopala Venuola Papa Vidura Navanita Chora Jaya Jayarati Venkantaramana Venkantaramana Sankataharana Sitarama Radhe Shama Jaya Jayarati Gauri Manohara Gauri Manohara Bhavani Sankara Samba Sadashiva Uma Maheshwara Jaya Jayarati Raja Rajeshwari Raja Rajeshwari Tripura Sundari Mahalakshmi Mahasaraswati Mahakali Mahashakti Jaya Jayarati Anjaneya Anjaneya Hanumanta Jaya Jayarati Dattatreya Dattatreya Trimurti Avatara and Jaya Jayarati Adityaya Adityaya Bhaskaraya Jaya Jayarati Sanistaraya Sanistaraya Bhaskaraya and Jaya Jayarati Sankarachaya Sankarachaya Advaita Gravi Jaya Jayarati Sadgurunata Sadgurunata Shivananda Jaya Jayarati Vishnu Devananda Vishnu Devananda Vishnu Devananda Jaya Jayarati Agastya Munaye Agastya Munaye Shriyama Priyaye Jaya Jayarati Ayapa Samine Ayapa Samine Dharma Shastave Jaya Jayarati Jesus Gurave Moses Gurave Buddha Gurave Jaya Jayarati Muhammad Gurave Guru Nanak Gurave Samastya Gurubho Namaha Jaya Jayarati Avenugopala. Hey. Is that it?
What?
Bye? Hi?
Hi.
Hi. I like you.
I like you too. Yeah, I do have to go because the people are coming
Okay.
any minute.
Okay. Thanks for coming in. Love you too. That was my friend. Jaya Jayarti means we wave the light, right? Jaya Jaya, praise, praise, light. Great, great fire. Then comes a name. And you probably were familiar with some of those names, right? At the end I said Jaya Jayarti, Jesus Gurave, Moses Gurave, Buddha Gurave. These are not Hindu gods. But nonetheless, we can incorporate them into the prayer because they are names of God, just like all the others. So you do know what the prayer means. It's endlessly repetitive. You might not know who Sankaracharya was, or Hanuman, or Shivananda. They're characters. But the meaning goes beyond the particulars of their personhood, right? Jaya Jayarati. We wave the light. Hey, we recognize that in this vast and infinite world there are characters that are worth remembering. And in fact, each of those characters represents the infinite underneath. So that's why we say these words. Natatra suyobati natandrakaratan nema vidyobati kutoyamagni twameva bantam manumadhi sarvam tasya basya samridam vivanti om gange kayamune kaivagovari saraswati narmade siddhikaveri yaha namastutam namo namaha. Neither the sun shines there, nor the moon, the stars, nor lightning. So from where does this light come? By its light, all shines after that. By its light, all else is lit. We're all made of light, you know. Not some woo-woo nonsense. I try not to spout woo-woo nonsense. Religious faith, take it on a matter of faith. It's not my style. Right? We're made of light because we're actually made of light. Because 4.5 billion years ago, the sun spun out. Because there was a supernova that converted energy into matter billions of years ago. And that matter eventually coagulated into our bodies. Yeah, We're made of stardust, we're made of light. Jaya Jayarati. We wave the light. From this light to this one. They're the same. Twameva mata chapita twameva bandusha saka twameva vidya javinam twameva sarvam mama deva deva kayena vacha manasendriyarva buddhyatmanava prakrite sabhavad karomi adyad mangalam parasmahe Narayana iti sarmar payami Sarvadharmam pravichaya mamikam savarnam vrja Am sva sarva papayo mokshayami masucha. Whatever actions I perform with my body, speech, mind, senses, my nature, my intellect, or my emotions, all these, I dedicate to you, to all of you. Because you deserve it. Even though deserve is not a useful framework. So I have one more prayer for you all, and then I have to go. And this is a prayer of mourning, of grief. The prayer is called Kaddish. So the word Kaddish is Hebrew for holy. I was praying in Sanskrit before, but now we're going to switch into Hebrew. I can't have breakfast with you today, Rosie. I have to go move my goats, and I promised my partner that I'd be up there at 11, and it's 11 now, so I have to go. But we can say Kaddish for all the new deaths of COVID here in Ontario. Yeah. Kaddish is a prayer of mourning. So if there's anyone you are mourning, anything you are grieving, please feel free to put it in the comments. And remind us all what we're here for. Shared intention. Being together in this space, focusing on the same thing. Reminding ourselves why we are alive. And remembering those who are no longer here. For the last 2,500 years, my ancestors have been saying something similar to the following words in response to death. Yid Gadal Vid Kadash Shmei Rabbah B'yama Divrachute V'yam Lichmal Chete B'chayachon V'yamechon V'chayed Kolpe Yisrael B'gala V'zman Karif Yimru Amin Yehe Shmei Rabbah Mibarach Li'olam Omei Omaya Yitbarach V'shtabach V'bar V'yurman V'naseh V'tadar V'talei V'talal Shmei D'Kudisha B'rechu Le'ela Min Kol Birchata V'shirata Tush B'chata V'nechimata D'yamiran B'yama V'imru Amin Yehi Shlamar Rabba Amin Shemaya V'chayim Alinu V'yachol Yisrael V'imru Amin O Say Shalom B'mramav Hu Ya'a Say Shalom Alinu V'yachol Yisrael V'imru Amin O Say Shalom B'mramav Hu Ya'a Say Shalom Aleinu V'yalechol Yisrael V'imru, amen. Thank you. I hope you have a great day too. Thank you for showing up every day, G-Man. It's pretty special. It's pretty special that I can share this with you all. Pretty fucking special. Alright. You're right, my DNA does not lie. And with that, I'm going to leave you all. I will see you on Sunday morning. I'm glad you appreciated it. Yeah, I'll see you on Sunday morning. Don't forget to follow if you haven't already. I'll be posting videos regularly. And we can pray together again on Sunday. Good Shabbos, everyone. Bye.